All right. Well, hello again. I'm Steve, and we'll just take a few quick slides here to share my story at UT Southwestern, trying to get everyone on the same page, talking about heterotaxy and treating things together from a multidisciplinary perspective. Again, I'm very grateful to be here, to have an opportunity to work with all these amazing people and learn from you all as we push forward together. So my initial objectives, and I started this effort when I was a fellow. My initial objectives were to identify the clinical partners, and then identify our patient population, which has its own challenges, improve our diagnostic accuracy, which was, quite frankly, not great, and then just standardize our care, and then track and improve our outcomes. So step one, identify clinical partners. And this takes some time, and honestly, I had an advantage being a fellow, because fellows go all over the hospital. We're there constantly, and so we get an idea, we meet people from all the different subspecialties, and I was able to make these connections and kind of determine who was interested and who was exciting and who would be a collaborative person to work with. And luckily, there was no shortage of folks there in Dallas, and I'm very fortunate that some of them have come here with me today. You probably know Sheridan. You've heard wonderful talks from Natasha Corbett and Yadira Vera Sanchez as well. And so they've been instrumental in helping me coordinate care and have someone that I can reliably send to who knows about heterotaxy and knows what to do and will get the patient into their clinic promptly. And eventually we hope to have a one-stop shop for patients, but that will be probably another year or two in the works. And step two, identify the patient population. Well, this was just a labor of love, to be perfectly honest, because in EPIC, there's no specific coding. We were on ICD-9 when we started, and ICD-10 transitioned, and then it was just chaos. And I ended up having to look through our Singo, which is our echo reporting database, and you can search the reports there. And anytime someone would mention the word heterotaxy or interrupted IVC or isomerism, just collate all these buzzwords, and you get this huge list of patients. And after coming through that, then maybe about 1 in 5 was an actual heterotaxy diagnosis. And then a good number of those were actually false diagnoses, or diagnoses that were suspected in utero, and then that diagnosis turned out not to be the case after the child was born, which is great. But I filtered it down. We had about 274 patients who met criteria, and that was about 20 patients a year. And then I thought, well, I really want to know what type of heterotaxy they have. Well, then most of them only had an echocardiogram, which gives you great information, but it's limited, and it gives you no information about their splenic status, whether or not they have malrotation, and you can't look at bronchial isomerism or any of those things with an echocardiogram. So there's a lot of data that was lacking. So then the next effort, what's past is past. We have to go to the cardiac ICU and go to the other services that are kind of points of first contact for heterotaxy patients. So that would be GI, sometimes immunology, and pulmonology. And make sure everyone is aware of heterotaxy, how to make that diagnosis, and kind of start funneling them through our multidisciplinary program to make sure everybody has the same workup and learn about the same things for every patient. And then we've planned a series of standardized encounter points with our heterotaxy clinic with as-needed visits. And we're doing a lot of catch-up on older kids who, maybe we realize, oh, this kid's had cough for the last 10 years. And we send them over to Yadira, and she's, well, this is why they've had cough for 10 years. They have PCD. And the cardiologists have just unfortunately missed that. But it's things we're improving, and very, very exciting, and it's been very rewarding to be able to catch these things that we've missed over time. So key points of standardization and outcome tracking will be focused on our hypervaccination that we learned about yesterday, antibiotic prophylaxis, our neuropsych evals, and again, continuing our referral rates and improving standardization of care. And finally, this has become more and more important to me, is finding motivated trainees. Residents and other fellows and colleagues who are interested in learning about heterotaxy and furthering our research, furthering the clinical education of the up-and-coming medical students even, and then promoting advocacy of this patient population. So With that, I'll turn it over to the pro.